Hi everybody, welcome back to Zephyr's Garage. I'm Randy, and it's a whole new season here. We are back into summertime, and Zephyr's Garage is a summer channel. We tend to work out of our garage during the summer because we live in the Northeast and it's a little more difficult to work in our garage in the winter. But we do occasionally post some winter videos where we go to different places and do some car shows and such. But we are back in the garage for this summer, and I want to share with you some of the things I've got in my mind that we want to do this summer to the Mustang and to the Thunderbird. But first, we got to take a little road trip with the truck and head over to Lowe's, and we're going to pick up something for the garage. So come along with me as we hit the road. Well, I'm at Lowe's and I picked up our package, and that's in the truck, and we'll get into that a little bit more when we get back to the garage. But I thought maybe I'd take a couple minutes and just talk about what's in store for Zephyr's Garage this summer. Well, we got a little bit of a project right here we're going to finish up, which we'll get into. One of our projects that we got coming up real soon is the Thunderbird's going to get a high-end audio system. And my goal with that is to put an audio system into the car that basically is more high-tech to what we would have in a vehicle today, but keep the vintage aspect of that. And by that I mean, currently the Thunderbird has the Ford JBL premium system. And so I'm going to update all the components in that system with newer JBL components. And that I think will be pretty cool. So expect to see videos on that. Probably the next video will be on that one. I've got some ideas for projects for the Mustang. One of the things that I want to do that I've been kind of waiting on is repairing the air conditioning on the Mustang. It has not worked for years, and now that I've done air conditioning work on the Thunderbird, I think it's time to do the Mustang and get that working correctly. I also would like to do a real nice detail on the Mustang, get it cleaned up, polished, maybe either waxed or ceramic coated, and get it looking really good. And along that line, I've had a fiberglass hood for that car for years that I've got to get painted and put on it. So that's a maybe we'll get to that this year. But if I can, I'd like to maybe get that hood painted on the car, and even paint the bumpers. The front bumper cover and the rear bumper cover need to be repainted. So I might want to do that this year. Talking about detailing cars, both the Focus ST and our truck, which I'm sitting in right now, really need to be detailed. So I'll probably do a couple of detailing videos. I'll probably do some videos on just the proper way to clean your car. And I'm sure there's going to be other things we're going to come up with in the garage this summer. So definitely stay tuned for that. So now let's get back to our garage and get this package unloaded and show you what I got and what it's going to do. Okay, so here's the issue in the garage. This space underneath the workbench is totally unutilized. And so I want to do something to kind of make better use of this space and also fix some other problems, and we'll get into those in a minute. But basically, it becomes a catch-all. I've got some stuff here on the floor that I've actually got to sell. I got to put up these kayak racks and such that I want to put up and sell. I got my oxygen acetylene tanks, which are totally empty. I hardly ever use them. Another thing I think I got to get rid of. And then, the air can and the oil change pan. I'm sure there's a better place for those, but I can figure out a spot to keep them, you know, someplace different. And then the extension cords behind there could be stored someplace else. So really what I wanted to do is get another toolbox that would fit into this area, increase that amount of storage, but I also want to be able to pull that toolbox out and take the tools that are in it over to wherever I'm working, so I don't have to keep walking back to the toolbox. My toolbox is in that corner. So I don't want every tool over there. I just want, you know, select tools and maybe a way to carry some additional, or put some place to put some additional tools and such. So that's what we went to Lowe's for, is to pick up another toolbox. So let me drag that in. So this is a 4-drawer tool cart. It has a drawer on the top, which I don't really call the drawer, it's a compartment. And, oh, okay, then 2 drawers here, a big drawer and a second big drawer, and then a shelf underneath. So it's on wheels, it can be pulled out. It's got a shelf that comes up on the side that you can, you know, put things on, handle. My measurement says this should fit underneath there. We'll find out. Hopefully it does, because I don't know what else I'm going to do with it if it doesn't. But so I got something to put together, so we'll have to get this out and start assembly. Now this was kind of interesting to load into the truck by myself. It says right on here, you know, 2 people to lift, and it weighs 105 pounds, so it's a little heavy. So I think it's going to be interesting to figure out how to get it out of this box, but we'll deal with that like everything else when I get to it. I wonder if it might make more sense just to slice the box open than trying to lift it. Instructions, helpful. You know what, I'm going to take it off the cart, get it on the ground, and I can open up the cardboard and use it as a area to work on so I don't scratch anything. Lots of little bits of cardboard. I'm guessing, yeah, there's pieces down here that have to be assembled into it. I'm sure wheels are in the bottom of it. Well, you guys don't have to sit there and watch me put this whole thing together. I'll come back when it's assembled. We finished assembling the cabinet. It was a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be. The instructions weren't really great. One of the things that I noticed was the side angles here that support the top of the cabinet. They're not symmetrical, meaning that this distance from here to here is not the same as down there. And I had half of them, I actually had most of them the wrong way, and then had to go back and change them. The instructions suggested that you assemble the whole bottom of the cabinet and then drop this part into it. I actually found it was easier to lay the whole cabinet on its side and work from the side, and then all I had to do was just upright the cabinet when I was done. But I have a nice storage area here on the top. All the drawers have padding in them, which is nice. It's lockable, it has a lock. When you close this lid down, these drawers all lock, which is nice. And I have 4 drawers down here. One set of split drawers, another full drawer, and then a deep full drawer. And then the bottom shelf, which is also padded. So plenty of room. I guess the next question is going to be, what do I put in it? My thought is this is going to go underneath the workbench, and it's going to be something I'm going to bring out when I want to work on a car. So I can have tools right here ready to go. Also have a handy work surface to set tools on and such. I do wish this top had some type of protection on it. I do have some ideas. One of them would be using something like this fender skirt that could go on top of it and just give it some protection as I work on things. I also have an idea of maybe getting some marine type boat flooring on this that is similar to this, but it's a little more dense, and it probably would take more abuse. Plus, it's all grease and oil resistant. So that's a couple ideas for that. So again, so what tools should I put in this? But I don't know. If this was your cabinet in your shop, what would you put in it? Leave me a comment and let me know, because that might sway the direction I go with what I do with this. So far, obviously, I haven't put anything in it. I probably will put some pliers, some screwdrivers, probably a assortment of sockets, but not the full set of sockets. Things that I can go to, maybe a couple of hammers. I know one of the issues I have with my main toolbox is that it's getting a little full. I've gotten like too many pliers, too many screwdrivers, and like that. So it would be nice to be able to scale that down a little bit and have a smaller set of things in here, and then it would make some more room in that cabinet. But anyways, let's roll this into this final position and I'll show you how it's going to work. Okay, here you can see where it's going to be kept. The one issue I have with this is that when it's underneath here, this top is down, and it means these drawers will always be locked. So I won't have access to it in this position. To get into these drawers, I will have to pull the cabinet out like this, open up the top, and then I can access the drawers. One option would be to slightly leave these drawers ajar, something like this, close the top, and now the drawers are not locked. And I would have access to them, but I wouldn't have access to anything in this cabinet here. Growing pains, I guess. Got to figure this all out. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave us a comment. Let me know what I think I should be putting into this. If you haven't done so already and you like content like this, or you like content on working on cars and such, let me know by subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up, because it does help more people to see the video, so I do appreciate that and helps grow the channel. And until the next time, we'll see you guys down the road. Take care, everybody. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because in our next video, we're going to tackle the audio system in the Thunderbird, and we're going to bring it up to modern standards. But at the same time, I want to keep the vintage look and feel of it. So we've got all new JBL equipment here. We've got new subwoofer, new amp, new speakers. Our goal is to update the audio system in the Thunderbird with all new modern components, but still keeping the vintage feel and look of the factory system. So hopefully we achieve that. We got this stuff here, plus a few other components and a lot of hardware. Be sure to follow along and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos on this upgrade.